Well, let's try again. And I hope you find me and I hope you can see me. Let's try again. I have no idea what happened there at all. I'll just sit here and wait to see if anybody finds me. Um, oh dear, diddly dee. Well, Mercury is still retrograde. So what can we expect? And oh, right, Liz the Iron Maiden, you found me. Right, Andy's found me. Rebecca, I had to set it up again. It just went all basically tits up. And yes, hello, Poonam. And I don't know if you can still hear me or not. Can someone let me know if I'm actually visible? I mean, it's telling me I've got an excellent internet connection, which I think is absolute rubbish. Don't touch anything. Okay, you can hear me and see me. Okay. Oh, gosh, all good. Audio and video good. Thank you, Poonam. Hi, Samantha. Okay, let's see. Liz the Iron Maiden, Penny Hudson. Hello, Penny. And Craftomatic. I'm back. Yes, I'm back. Anyway, as I was saying, maybe that's what the problem was. I said, there's not so much going on this week, so bye. Well, there is a little bit going on this week because it's all good, is it? Okay, I'll just have to keep an eye on the chat and see what happens. And if suddenly it stops or it all goes, I'll know something's happened. So let's have a look at the week ahead. We have on the 3rd of August today, nothing of any consequence, absolutely nothing. And then the next thing that happens really that is significant is Mars on August the 6th moves into Libra. It's great, is it? You have to watch your words. I know. Hello, Jim. Tempt fate, and that's what you get. I know. That's me told, isn't it? So what do we know about Mars in Libra? What we know is it doesn't like it very much. And hello, Kelly and Samantha, you're there. Rebecca, Andy, oh, everyone's here. Homer, Janice, you're back. Great. Poonam. Okay, yeah, I have to be careful what I say. Which reminds me, I was going to say something, and you were saying something interesting, Poonam, about deja vu of a deja vu. Do you want to elaborate on that? I'm rather curious about that. Hello in Massachusetts. Hi, Anne. Good to see you. We've been having a few little technical issues courtesy of Mercury retrograde. And do you know, I'll tell you what I was going to tell you. Years ago, well, not that long ago, probably about 8 or 9 years ago, I ran a weekly discussion group on anything esoteric. It could be astrology, it could be mediumship, it could be clairvoyance or clairaudience or any of those things, anything a little bit wacky and esoteric. And I held this discussion group in my home every Monday night for about something like probably 10 years. And I suddenly realized, and I don't know why it's taken me so long to realize, that this is like I've recreated it, except it's online. Because really, it's usually most of you are the same ones that come every time. And it's just such a lovely little community. And I just wanted to say that. So, Poonam, you had, there's no such thing as nothing. When no thing is going on, you can bet your life something is happening somewhere. Poonam, you had a lot of deja vu moments last week. Cosmic BL had deja vu, the deja vu, even stranger. This should be on the channel Channeling and Stranger Things, which I'm afraid we haven't uploaded anything yet. We've just lost track at the moment, but we'll be back. You're going to a festival in Spartanburg in October called Esoterica. That sounds wonderful, Liz. I like the sound of that. Well, anyway, let me tell you a little bit about Mars in Libra, because Mars is in its detriment or in its fall in Libra, because Libra is opposite the sign of Aries, and Aries is the sign it rules. So what seems to happen with these astrological cosmic bodies is they tend to say that when the planet that rules it, or say, well, like Mars rules Aries, when it's in the opposite sign, it's so far away from the sign it rules that it's in its fall, it's in its detriment. And so what it does energetically is weaken its energy. And so with Mars in Libra for the next however long, which I can't remember, I'm just going to have a quick look and see if I can see how long it's in Libra. Oh, it goes into Scorpio on the 22nd of September. So it's actually in Libra for just over a month, just over a month, about 6 weeks. And because Mars is action-packed, it is, talk about loud bangs. I lost you in the ether. Oh, we're back now. And the bangs haven't happened. That's what's so funny. I mean, weird or what? Weird, stranger things or what? Anyway, so I'll just talk to myself about Mars in Libra and you just all have a little chat. And oh, dearie me. So, okay. So Mars in Libra has to kind of tone itself down a bit. You know, Libra is harmony, balance, all those nice diplomacy, and Mars is like, how long am I in this sign? Really? That long? Well, what can I do? I'm just going to have to try and manage it. And Poonam, you've got a lot of strange things happening lately. Well, you know, life is strange. Hello, Shirley. Good to see you. Strange but true, Christine. Absolutely. Strange but true. So Mars is not comfortable or at home in the sign of Libra. And, oh God, now my iPad's going all crazy. And basically, it's about blending the energies of Mars, which are assertion, action, and it's about blending those energies through harmony and partnership and solving arguments through dialogue and being mindful of not getting into a passive aggressive state. Russian die, Earthling. I love your name. I know I say that every time and I must write it down to see what your real name is, but I guess it begins with G or I don't know. I can't work it out. My brain can't compute it. Okay, please talk about Mars in Libra. I'm really trying. I'm very trying. Okay, so the positive expressions, say, of Mars in Libra is that it does make for a diplomatic warrior. So it will seek for peaceful resolutions and it fights for justice and fairness. Now, if we think what's going on with our vegetable soup, with everything that is unfolding in the world and all the saber rattling we've had lately and the rhetoric and nuclear subs being moved around the planet willy-nilly, then actually the fact that Mars has moved into Libra could actually be quite positive. So it may be that people just take a step back and think, come on, it's like, yeah, I'm going to move my subs closer to your country. Oh, yeah, well, I'm going to move my subs closer to your country. And then, oh, it's a bit scary. Maybe we'll just sit back and talk. So you like strange, and strange is interesting. So you're only popping on briefly. Okay, well, we don't know how long we're going to be here. We have to ask Mercury retrograde about that. Christine, you've had a poltergeist experience with objects falling off the walls. Good God. Your first name begins with an A, so I'll have to try and work that out. Okay. Thank you for the clue. I'm not very good at cryptic puzzles, but I'll do my best. Back to Mars in Libra. So this is about being persuasive rather than giving the opponent a Chinese burn. Do you remember those at school where you got someone's wrist and you went, I'm going to give you a Chinese burn, and you go, and you know, that's weird, Christine. Gosh, this should be going out on my Channeling and Stranger Things channel. But anyway, but Mars in Libra is really good for artists, for anyone of an artistic bent, for negotiations that need timing and a lot of diplomacy. So the Mars in Libra person is very good at being a lawyer, really, somebody who can stand up and I speak on behalf of my client. And so, and China and Russia are doing exercises. A snake bite? Andy, you've had a snake bite? Oh my God, that's terrible. Yeah, and then you've got all the Taiwan stuff kicking off as well. So we need somebody with some passive kind of diplomacy to come in and pour oil on troubled waters and just calm things down. You call them snake. Oh, Chinese burns, snake bites. Oh, okay. We called them Chinese burns, like when you do with bits of string or ribbon and you call it cat's cradle and someone has to do that and you go like that and then like that and then And that's what a lot of transits look like. I always think when you look at a chart and you've got all these transits going like, it looks like a cat's cradle. Don't mention snakes. You've got a lot hanging around. Oh, Christine. Oh, snake bite. Half a lager and a half a cider. Love it. Love it. Oh, we've got two Andys. Oh my God. Given the game away. So what can we do that to use this energy productively? We can be assertive in a diplomatic way. We can look at imbalances in work or in friendships. We can really work on teamwork. But just be mindful of that passive aggressive, not taking action because you want to avoid confrontation. You have to actually face the confrontation, but in a much more, like diplomatic way. Let's sit down and discuss this. Let's make a list of the problems we've got, the good points, the bad points. And yes, it's the year of I think it's the wood snake in Chinese astrology, cosmic BL. You've got many cats and they keep watching, Christine. I know. I love it when they do that. We've probably got snakes out there, probably, because I've got lots of fields at the back of me. So for sure there'll be snakes there. So how can we handle this Mars in Libra energy, say from a karmic perspective? Well, I think it's looking at the relationships that we seem to attract and looking to see if there is a common theme. And if there is a common theme, that is a clue that is what you are karmically being introduced to change and solve. And I think that is quite a good way. Alien contact, yes. Oh, Pluto in Aquarius, Uranus in Gemini. It's got to happen, hasn't it? Actually, it's probably already happened. It's probably happening as we speak. So, and I've got a quote here, just the one. I've got several more later on, but this is a quote that captures Mars in Libra. And it's by Ronald Reagan. And it's peace is not the absence of conflict, but the ability to handle conflict by peaceful means. So that in itself is quite interesting. And it is the wood snake, isn't it? Oh, is it Mark Carney's sign? He is the wood snake. Interesting. So it's going to be a good year for him. You had the most vivid dream, Poonam, of being checked by an alien. Maybe you really were. Maybe it was an abduction. Has anyone had any abductions, alien abductions? Is that something that any of you have come across? Because, that's an interesting thing. Oh, okay. Bye-bye, Russian Die. Russian, see your family, and we'll talk later. Good to see you here. Thanks for joining. Let's move on to the 8-8 portal, the Lionsgate portal, because there is something I think quite significant about the 8th of the 8th, 8-8. Well, it's all to do with Sirius. And Sirius is, some people suggest that Sirius is a binary star to our sun. I don't think that has been proved from an astrophysics point of view, physicist point of view, or from an astronomy point of view. But at this time of year with the 8-8 portal, Sirius becomes visible, and I think it's in the east. I think it rises just before the sun. And so you have this correlation between the sun and Sirius. And on, just let me see what I've gotten written down here, because this is quite interesting. Okay, so Sirius rises in the pre-dawn sky around this time. And it's a phenomena that ancient Egyptians called the heliacal rising of Sirius, which marked the new year and the Nile floods, symbols of rebirth and abundance. It's said to create a cosmic portal of energy for transformation, higher consciousness, and manifestation. So, hi, Laura, good to see you. That's brilliant that you're here. So it's a cosmic portal of energy. I think that I think it's about recognizing that all the cosmic bodies, and you'll have heard Stefan Burns and some other astrologers and light workers, teachers, etc., talking about this, that the cosmos has a consciousness, that the sun has a consciousness, that the moon has consciousness, that Sirius would have a consciousness. And I think it's about being allowed to acknowledge that and know and move beyond the fact that we've all been brought up in this clockwork universe where nothing has any meaning. It's just a rock. It's just a piece of rock floating around our planet. And I think people are waking up, Uranus in Gemini, Pluto in Aquarius, people are waking up. Yes, Jim, universal consciousness. And, you know, I was listening to Stefan Burns, and he was saying he talks to the sun and other cosmic bodies regularly. And I thought, oh, and actually I talk about this in my full moon video, which you will find uploaded on my channel a bit later tonight, or later this afternoon, or this morning, wherever you are. And it goes up in a couple of hours' time. And I talk about it a little bit then, because I thought it's almost like I can still hear my science teacher or the physics teacher saying, don't be so stupid. Of course, the sun hasn't got a consciousness. Primitives didn't know what they were doing when they worshipped the sun. Oh, yes, they did. Oh, yes, they very much did. And that is what is so super interesting. Yeah, Poonam, maybe it was real. Hi, Lenny, good to see you here. And I think that this awakening that we're going through and the full moon that's coming is very much a collective consciousness awakening. And there's something here about the evolution of our consciousness. And so if you remember, and I can't remember who does the infinity wave, is it Vader Austin with the water, or is it someone else? Is it another channeler? But you know, the 8, my heart to your heart, my heart to your heart. And that infinity wave that really connects us all energetically. And I guess that is more powerful and underlined on the 8-8 portal, because it really is almost like, well, the sun and Sirius are giving us that heart-centered 8-8 infinity wave of my heart to your heart. And maybe that's what we have to do from a ritualistic point of view, but to actually talk to the sun, especially on the 8th, which is Friday, and do the infinity wave to the sun. My heart to your heart, my heart to your heart. Maybe we do it 8 times. Maybe we do it to the moon, to the full moon on Saturday, next Saturday. And Lenny, you're ready for peace across the planet. All the BS is taxing your nervous system. Yeah, I agree. And I think that, it will change, because if there's one certainty, it's that things never stay the same forever. But we are going through this massive collective awakening. And because we've got Saturn and Neptune conjunct in Aries, even though it's not exact till February, we've got the build-up of this energy. And remember, the last time Saturn and Neptune were conjunct in Capricorn, we saw the fall of the Berlin Wall. So I do think a lot of these traditional old structures and ways of governing are going to start imploding and breaking down. And that is Uranus is breaking down, coming from within, I feel. And I feel we may see some of that energy released around the full moon in Aquarius. And Lenny, bless you. Of course, we're so glad to have you here. I'm really glad that you're here. Yeah, Shirley, let's do the 8-8 infinity wave. And, isn't it cool? We could do that now to each other. We could just, I'll do it from my end. I'll just go 8, hang on. My heart to all of your heart. My heart to all of your hearts. My heart to all of your hearts. Oh, I'm going all goosey. Oh, everything's standing up on end. My whole body is reacting to this. And even if you're watching this as catch up, do it, because I think the energy is actually being transmitted into the collective consciousness and will be picked up. So, yes, we need more than 19 likes. Thank you very much, Poonam. Come on, all 36 of you that are watching. Oh no, we've got 20 likes. Let's get at least 36 likes, because we've got everyone here watching. I'm missing some of your torch. Yes, absolutely, Poonam. I very much disagree with the teacher I had when I was a little wee one. And it does a lot of damage to us, doesn't it? It was like, oh, I'm not allowed to believe, I'm not allowed to know that probably what I knew intrinsically from a very early age, that, we are connected to everything. What are you saying, Christine? Will that include the incompetent world politicians too? We can but hope. We can but hope. Oh, good, Andy. I like what you're saying. As a teacher, you concur. Don't worry, guys. You're working to dismantle the system. I get, Lenny, you're saying, I guess we have to let the old system collapse. And it will. It'll shoot itself in the foot. It will actually, I think it'll implode. And I think it'll be so subtle that we almost won't notice it. And it'll be like when the Berlin Wall came down, and I'm sure you can find short little videos of it on YouTube, it was suddenly as if the whole of the Berlin Wall was covered with ants, and they were the people. There was just such a massive move of people that just went up there, started hammering it and breaking it down. And that kind of display of people power is just wonderful. And hopefully we all make it. Yes, I think we will. I really think we will. And, it's a house of cards of lies. Yes. Yeah, we have to stand up to the old system. So it's interesting because with the sun in Leo, when we have the 8-8 portal, remember the sun represents the heart, self-expression, soul purpose, divine will. And with the 8-8 energy, we will find that whilst the sun is in Leo, it'll be much easier to shine our light. We will be able to own our power, and we will be able to align with our higher self and our higher consciousness. Yeah, Cosmic BL, some are going through the boiling frog theory, that's for sure. Now, Sirius is our spiritual sun. It's associated with higher knowledge, intuition, spiritual awakening, and soul evolution. And so, as it was talked about in Egypt, it was a heliacal rising. It was seen as a very sacred moment and divine rebirth. And I wonder whether there is something about this infinity circle that brings around, that's quite difficult to do, to try and do it with two hands, that brings about the rebirth. And of course, the number 8 is infinity. It means infinity. It's karma. It's abundance and power. It's a gateway that amplifies manifestation. So we've got some cool energies this week. And I think Friday, when we have that 8-8 portal, this would be a really good time to go out, talk to the sun in the daytime. If you're up early enough, look for Sirius on the eastern horizon. It'll be bright. You'll see it as a pinpoint. It rises in the sky just before the sun, and talk to it. Ask for it to help you grow in your consciousness and your higher consciousness. Ask for its wisdom, and then ask the sun. And then in the evening, talk to the moon. And then on the Saturday, we've got the full moon. So you can talk to that as well. And yeah, good point, Christine. What do we do about the enablers who are propping up the old system? I think they will be hoisted on their own petard, personally. So what does 8-8 Lionsgate mean in traditional Western astrology? It is only kind of borrowed because it's not a traditionally seen as a traditional astrological event, but it is honored and acknowledged as a creative force and solar strength and heart energy. Now, Sirius is at 14 degrees of Cancer. So that is something that you need to be aware, and you can look in your own chart to see where 14 degrees of Cancer falls, and that is where Sirius is. And of course, the sun at the same time is going to be around 14 degrees of Leo, because by the time of the full moon, it actually, I think the full moon is at, it's about 16:59, so it's about 17 degrees. And it's honored astrologically because of its symbolism and the energy that can be transformed through this energy. And if you are tuned in, if you tune in to the leonine themes of creativity, of children, of love, then the resonance with the star Sirius is wonderful. So I think it's a time to set bold intentions. Think about the heart chakra. Give yourself some healing, some heart healing. And dream. Turn your dreams into reality. Tune into them. Tune into the daydreams that you have. Look at how you can work on some manifestation rituals, journaling, automatic writing, anything like that. Meditate with the sun's energy, and maybe have around you solar crystals like citrine or sunstone, or even calcite. It's got a lovely orangey yellow glow. So it's a spiritual and energetic alignment, and it's rich in mythology, and it's a very potent symbolic sign. So we, having come on at the beginning when I got neatly switched off by the internet or the divine and said, well, there's not much to say for this week. Nothing much is happening. What we're finding out is it's nearly 20 to 7 local time, and I still haven't finished. So clearly there is a lot to say about this week, but isn't there always? Isn't there always? Yes, that's what I wonder, Lenny, whether it's more potent, the 8-8 infinity wave at this time. And I think that's why we should actually use it at this time. And they also say, I remember, and I can't remember who said this, that if you find somewhere to walk, but just walk in a figure of 8 and just kind of do it as a kind of ritual and just keep walking round in a figure of 8. And if you're anxious, that can be very calming. If you are meditating or tuning into frequencies, higher frequencies to bring about some downloads, then that is another great way to do it. And that's nice, Andy. Welcome to our sacred learning space. How lovely. Oh, I love that. And you put symbolic decorations in your classroom, giant moon tapestries, salt lamps, Buddhas. Yes, it is very strong, Poonam. Oh, Liz, you wear infinity earrings. Fabulous. Yeah, can we all come to your classroom, Andy? Christine's saying. Yes, Jim, it's the alchemy. It's the alchemy that Christine is working on. Anything for anxiety coming. We're walking in a figure of 8, or just doing this to yourself and looking in that mirror. Just looking in that mirror and going, I love you. My heart to your heart. I love you. Like, I would say, I love you, Penny. My heart to your heart, or my heart to our heart. I love you. So that is a really good way to do it. Hi, Sue NB. So then finally we come to Saturday when we have got the full moon. Now, I'm not going to go into this too deeply because I have just finished recording the full moon video with all your zodiac signs, time-stamped, not by the wonderful, inimitable Jerry because he's away. And so I've done it myself. And I've popped a thumbnail on the front. The only thing I wasn't able to do was upload a chart to put there. But never mind, hey ho, most of it's there. Your birthday is the 3rd of the 8th. That's wonderful. That's great. Happy birthday for the 3rd of the 8th. And yeah, Penny, one step at a time. Yeah, one step at a time. So what are the notable aspects of the full moon? It's Aquarius. This is about our higher consciousness. This is about tuning into these higher frequencies. And Pluto is retrograde still in Aquarius, and it's at about 2 degrees. And it will add an intensity and it will push us all through this full moon towards a collective transformation, especially if you've got planets in any of the fixed signs round about 1 to say 5 degrees. So that would be Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, or Aquarius. And remember that Chiron, of course, is retrograde in Aries. Chiron, our wounded healer. So this lends to this full moon some supportive, healing energy to our own identity, to our sense of sovereignty, because I think Leo, where the sun is very much about our inner sovereignty, our authenticity and our inner sovereignty. And so I think it's about being aware of that. And this full moon could bring a turning point with personal creativity or anything that needs collective contribution. You might find that you can make emotional breakthroughs in your own personal development at this time. And you might find that what you have to say and think is much needed by the larger community. So you might find yourself center stage, giving to the larger community the support and ability to empower them yourself. And I think it's about looking at how within our individuality, we can still also be part of a collective. Because I think we mustn't forget that we are all part of the same family. And that is what gets forgotten and lost. The whole planet, doesn't matter what race you are, what creed, what religion, we're all related. We're all humans. And somewhere we've lost sight of that. Even with the people we dislike or don't agree with their principles, their thoughts, they are family. We are all family. Before we can join any galactic, kind of committee up there, we're going to have to get rid of our borders and boundaries. We're going to have to come together collectively as one. Well, I don't see that happening anytime soon at the moment. But this full moon, and I think every year when we get a full moon in Aquarius, is another opportunity to heal that rift and to find a way to bring the collective together as a whole. I think it is incredibly important. Let me see what you're saying. Hello, Annabelle. Good to see you. Sheltering from showers. Catherine in Greece. Hello. Hello. You've been here all the while. Oh, listening secretly. Hello. And there's 48 of you out there listening. Thank you. Welcome. Please hit like, hit subscribe. Remember, my full moon in Aquarius video will be up in a couple of hours' time. So turn to that. Now, we're going to move on to our word for the week. Then we're going to have our card for the week. And yes, thank you, Liz. Only 29. Still, hello. Hey, good to see you here. And Catherine, oh, thank you. I think that's me. Thank you anyway. I'll take it. And Liz, excellent. Yes, lots of likes. So listen, I thought the word for the week should be diplomacy. Now, I picked that word because basically this Mars in Libra and some of the aspects and angles that we've got throughout August actually could be quite tricky and might make us feel a little bit like we want to blow our top. We might find our proverbial buttons getting pushed this month. So I thought diplomacy would be a good word to just kind of look at. And yes, if we can't accept one another, Lenny, how will we accept another species? It's so true. And oh, Sil, you were cuddling a newborn in the family. Your sister's little guy. Oh, how beautiful. Oh, and It's never over, even and so let's have a look at diplomacy, because it is actually quite important. And welcome new visitors, because I can see we've got 50 of you here now. Welcome. It's good to see you all here. Please join in the chat or click like and subscribe. It'd be really great to see you. Oh, 2 have gone. Oh, well, never mind. I frightened them off. So let's go. Let's look at on the nature of diplomacy. So diplomacy is the art of letting someone else have your way. I like that. David Frost said that. Will Rogers said, diplomacy is the art of saying, nice doggy, until you can find a rock. That's a bit deep. I'll take time out on that one, I presume, so that you can then go and kick the rock, but not the dog, something like that. And then there's an unknown one here, which is diplomacy is the weapon of the civilized man. And that is what we need if we're all going to be able to become one united global world humanity. That is what we've got to be able to do. We have got muzzle tov. Yes, muzzle tov on the new baby. Absolutely. Jim, nice one. Thinking about cuddling newborn, reborn collective consciousness. Nice. I like that. I like that. So then we've got on peace and negotiation. Now, who we need to listen to this is our world leaders. Now, Ronald Reagan said, peace is not the absence of conflict, but the ability to handle conflict by peaceful means. And hello, world leaders. Do you want me to read that again? Because they need to. Indira Gandhi said, you can't shake hands with a clenched fist. So true. Isaac Goldberg said, diplomacy is to do and say the nastiest thing in the nicest way. Well, that's one way of looking at it, I guess. Then we've got, this is diplomacy based around emotional intelligence and strategy. Winston Churchill said, tact is the ability to tell someone to go to hell in such a way that they look forward to the trip. Oh, I love that. I love that. That's like, oh, bless you, Catherine. Thank you. That reminds me of the phrase or the thing that Winston Churchill is supposed to have said, or Oscar Wilde. It might have been Oscar Wilde, when someone comes up to him and says, sir, you are drunk. And Oscar Wilde or Winston Churchill, I can't remember which one it was, replies, yes, I am. In the morning, I will be sober, but you will still be ugly. Do you know, I'd love an opportunity to say that. I think it's a wonderful, wonderful expression of diplomacy. And Ambrose Bierce said, speak when you are angry, and you will make the best speech you will ever regret. Oh, that's so true, isn't it? Speak when you are angry, and you will make the best speech you will ever regret. Yeah, that's a tough one. Kasky Stinnett said, a diplomat is a person who could... Oh, we've had that one. Sorry, we've had that one. Right, now we've got on global relations and leadership. Thomas Jefferson said, in matters of style, swim with the current. In matters of principle, stand like a rock. Now that's true. Now Sun Tzu said, the supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. And finally, before we do our card of the week, Ralph Waldo Emerson said, the real and lasting victories are those of peace and not of war. And isn't that a truth? Isn't that a truth? Oh, can you imagine, yes, Sue NB talking to Winston Churchill. Even Oscar Wilde would have been quite awesome, wouldn't it? Thank you, Jim. Yeah, they're amazing, these quotes. I'm a Taurus, Andy. Whoop, they're all falling out all over the place. Obviously, a volatile week. So, peace, Sil. Peace. We need peace. I still don't like what's happening out there. They're slowly, like at a snail's pace, trying to make a difference out there, but we don't know what to believe, do we? Just don't know what to believe. Oh, it's that one. Oh my God. Well, at least I didn't say oh. Oh, hang on. There we go. Da, 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 da. It's the Tower of Destruction. Oh, but this is wonderful. This is Uranus. This is the breaking down of the old order for the new to emerge. So actually, perhaps there will be things going on this week, whether it is in one's own personal life or on the world stage, that kind of invites in or is the precursor to the full moon energy on Saturday, next Saturday, which sees the breaking down of the old order. Let's go with that. I think that is breaking down and breaking through. Yeah, I agree with you all. It's a beginning. It's a new beginning. Absolutely. Christine, he used to spend time in the bathtub smoking cigars and dictating his notes. And I think he used to drink vintage Krug or something, or Dom Perignon. But he was, bring it on, Jim. Absolutely. Absolutely. Craftomatic, you're having a tower moment, are you? Okay. Well, I know it happens. We never know these days what is going to happen next. I mean, remember, we had that 8.8 earthquake towards the beginning of the week, which was in Russia, and luckily not in an overpopulated area. So there were the tsunami warnings, but of course, basically it was actually, and I don't know whether it was a collective energy of soothing the troubled waters that was sent out energetically by everyone who had been alerted to the tsunami warning. But, you know, I just think we do have an effect. And I think that going back to where I was coming in with the talking to the sun and the moon and the planets, we can talk to the universe. We can talk to the sea. We can talk to the wind. We can talk to the rain. We can ask all of these energies. We can talk to the energies that cause earthquakes and say, I know you need to blow off steam, but can you do it in an unpopulated part of the planet? And maybe, just maybe, the planet will go, oh, yes, sure. I'll just go up to this deserted piece of land and do it there. And it'll be far enough away that the tsunami will have run itself out before it gets anywhere, before it hits land. You see, that would be a cool way of dealing with it. And who's got, you've got the Tree of Wisdom. Okay. So it's the guardian, the universal memories, the great master's teachings. I like that. Yes, I like that, Cosmic BL. Poonam, you were going to ask if I got your email. No, I haven't, my love. No, I didn't respond because I didn't get it. Good old Mercury retrograde. Don't you just love the way it doesn't do anything? Yeah, the Tower moment, most definitely. So there we go, everybody. That was a strange, discombobulated live, wasn't it? I mean, I don't know what happened that first time through. It just all went whoop and gone. So I'm going to go and have some supper, and then I'm going to go out on my balcony and wait for it to get dark and wait for the fireworks to go off and enjoy a firework display. Yes, it worked out well, didn't it, Liz? Christine Buckingham, hello. You felt that small quake in New Jersey, really? And you thought a bear had come up onto your deck. That's right. It was a small earthquake. I saw that. You talk to everything, Lenny. Actually, so do I. I mean, why not? Yes, I will. And everybody else have a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, great evening. What else have we got? So let's see. Zill, you started to have some early autumn winds. Wow. Yeah, I think, the weather is going to change. Luckily in Gozo and Malta, we've not had a really searingly hot winter, and I doubt we're going to get that now. Famous last words, hopefully not. Listen, have a wonderful week, everybody. I will be back next Friday. Should we try Sunday? I will be back next Sunday, which is the 10th of August. And remember on the 8/8 Lionsgate to try a infinity wave, maybe to the sun and Sirius. So one in the morning just before dawn, and then one as the sun rises up. That could be cool. And make your intentions. Yes, loads of love to everyone. You are all awesome. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, all those wonderful things. Thank you to people that have donated to the channel. I super appreciate it. Thank you so much. Remember, if you want a session, just get in touch with me. penny@pennydix.com. Tell me your time zone. Even if we've met before, remind me so that I know what time slot to find you. Okay, so I think I'm going to go, and I will enjoy my supper. Thank you, Annabelle. Lots of love, guys. My kitties are fine. If you're asking about my kitties, they're doing very well. And okay, Christine, good to see you all. Annabelle, everybody, good to see you all. Yeah, I love you all too. I think I better stop wittering. Jim, I'm going to stop wittering. No bangs. No, it's very strange. I don't know why. No bangs. Right, I'm going to go. Bye for now. Bye.